Hey folks, Sandamtod here. Gonna do a little, little emulator action tonight. Gonna play a little Judge Dredd for the SNES. This is based on the movie of the same name that Stallone was in, and I don't know about you, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. Most people might not think it was like Oscar worthy or anything, but I'm kind of down with cheese, so I thought it was pretty good. And this movie or game kind of follows the movie a little bit, and we'll get into it here as we go. Deciding to do a little recording on the emulator. Figured since I don't have a whole lot of time and there's a capture device built into this emulator, that I would just do some emulator and maybe record the commentary while I was doing it. But I tried doing the commentary once while I was recording it, and because the game was delaying itself, it ended up being about 2 minutes shorter than the audio commentary I did. So I recorded it again and forgot to turn the microphone on, so now I'm recording the audio for the third time. So let's get into some Judge Dredd here. We got a password feature, which is cool. I prefer the password sometimes, especially on the 8-bit Nintendo. I prefer the password over the battery, because the batteries on the 8-bit seem like if the game started blinking with any battery game in it, when you start it back up, they were all the save files were gone. So. Like I said, it starts off here. The other main, I forget what the main judges are called, the Supreme Court or whatever the hell they are telling you that you need to go to Heavenly Haven and blow up some ammunition crates and kick some ass and arrest some dudes. And that's where we're going to start off. I basically play through the first part of the first stage here to kind of give everybody a feel for it and show you some of the options on it. But I don't ever get to a boss or anything. Maybe some other night. But we're just checking it out. So it's all good. Good luck. Get started here. So anyway, we're going to start up. Here's Judge Dredd. We've got a shoot button. We've got a jump button, a kick button, and this button here does the sentencing. Your shoulder buttons toggle through the extra weapons you're going to pick up. And these little pads come and pick the guys up if you sentence them guilty. Take them off to prison or whatever. Ladders are a little hard to get up and down on this game. You got to be right on it and come at it almost from a certain side to get it to work. These are the crates they want me to blow up, but I don't have any grenades yet, and I can't kick them to blow them up, so we'll have to look for some grenades. And then here you can grab a hold of the ceiling and kind of hand over hand yourself across. You can also duck down and kind of crawl, which is cool. You can shoot the 8 different directions, which is nice. There's quite a few secondary weapons you can pick up, but they are limited, unlike your regular gun, which is unlimited on the ammo. It seems like the stacks of 4 crates take 2 grenades to destroy instead of just 1, which it would be nice if they only took 1. I accidentally shot that guy with a grenade. These little terminals, these kiosk things, are spread out. There's a couple of them per level. They're not really checkpoints or anything, but you're allowed to check your mission status and your character status and your ammo levels at these, and it does help you find out how far off you are from completing your objectives and things like that. So see, I've only destroyed 4 crates of the 18 they want me to, and 3 of the 12 guys I've arrested or killed that they wanted gotten out of here. So those, like I said, there's a couple of them spread out throughout, and you can check them intermittently. Here's some more crates, but I'm out of grenades, so we got to go hunting for grenades. That's what you spend a lot of time, at least on this very first little stage, doing is finding grenades to blow up the crates. There is one spot on the map here where the grenades respawn. There's another. That's one of the spots there, and there's another spot, but they don't respawn unless you're completely out of grenades. So it's kind of crazy. So we're moving on to the next section. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to try to do some gameplays like this. I think this game's pretty fun. I think it came out, I don't know what year it came out. It came out the same year the movie came out. And I think the soundtrack and the music and stuff are pretty awesome on it. As well as the sound effects and stuff in this game. And I don't think the color's that bad. It could do with a little less green, so you can tell where you need to go. Like right there, you can't go that way. I mean, the backgrounds are a little bit muddy. You can't tell what you can walk in front of or behind, or you know, see there you can walk behind that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to tell what you need to do. There's another one of those things, which I click on. I think I quickly get out of it because I don't really need to be in there. Anyway, what was I saying about the emulators? Oh, yeah. I have a SNES emulator and a 8-bit emulator that I can do capture on, which will make some of these gameplays a little easier for me. But I wanted to know if anybody knew of a Sega emulator that has a capture built into it. I have Kega Fusion. I'm not sure what version I have, but the version I have does not have a capture built into it. So I was wondering if anybody knew of a good Sega emulator that's got a capture on it, just so we can do some gameplay. I mean, you know, I am a person that likes to play on the original hardware, and for all intents and purposes, all these games that I'm showing you, I own. I mean, I have the original game. I just don't have time to dig all that shit out and hook it all up and everything just to play, you know, a couple games for 10 or 15 minutes to show you all. But you know, this is one of those games that maybe people forgot about or never seen, you know, for the Super Nintendo, and it's a decent game. And that's one thing I always remember about the Super Nintendo is the music. I always thought the music on the Super Nintendo was head and shoulders above the Genesis and some of the other ones as far as music went. Not necessarily graphics. I think the graphics were on par on both systems, but the sound effects and the music on the Super Nintendo were bar none better than the Sega. And I don't like saying that because I'm a big Sega CD fan and a big Sega fan, but Sega's music processor and stuff just didn't push the levels that Nintendo's did. So it definitely won that. And believe me, I mean, at one point I was so... I think I've told y'all before, I was so anti-Nintendo after the 8-bit Nintendo and all the shit you went through, that blinking and the, you know, it not wanting to work and the pin connector and all that shit, where the second I turned 18 and moved out and, you know, had a job and stuff that I was making good money, I went out and bought a Sega Genesis and then a Sega CD pretty much immediately. And when I say good money, I mean, I'm talking about, you know, first job out, no real bills type of money, you know. And I remember buying that Genesis and then the Sega CD, and then I think what it was is I went to a Kmart or something, and they had one of those kiosks that you could check out different games, and they had Super Metroid on the kiosk, and that got me to buy a Super Nintendo. But we're supposed to be talking about Judge Dredd. The ladders are a little hard to get up and down. I may have already said that. I think I'm almost done with the objectives here. I'm probably out of grenades again. That's a big thing on this first level, is just running out of grenades and having to backtrack and things like that. But I'm trying to remember how far I've actually made it into this game. I know I haven't never beaten it, but I remember playing it and getting a ways. I don't even know if I have any passcodes. If I had passcodes, I could put them in. I guess that was the end of the level. My accuracy blows, as you can see. My rest bonus for the 7 guys I actually rested out of the 12. I completed both objectives, so I got a little bonus there. It doesn't give you the passcode, I guess, until you die and your game's over. Because I was expecting to maybe give you a passcode between levels, but it didn't. So this is the second part of that same kind of stage. They want you to blow up more crates, and I'm assuming at the end of that, maybe at the end of this section or the next section after this, that there's some kind of boss fight of some kind. But I don't think I make it there in this. This was just kind of an overview to kind of show you guys a little bit about it, and hope you all dug it, and that you might want to pick it up or had forgotten about it, and you might think it's cool. It's definitely a 2D side-scroller shooter, beat-em-up style, and it's pretty good. It reminds me of like a Batman or something like that. So, or the Demolition Man game, like I said, and some of those other ones. Anyway, this is how I'll probably be doing gameplays for the time being, just because it's easier than setting up the camera and going for it that way. Although there are some systems like the 3DO and Dreamcast and stuff that if I do gameplays, I'll probably record them off the TV, because I don't have I don't have a 3DO emulator, and I don't even know about the Dreamcast. I prefer to actually play it on the Dreamcast. So we're getting close to the end of this fucker, so sorry, I'm going to sign off. And hope you all dug it. And these are some of the stats that I accumulated while I was playing here. And I think I got this for like $4. It was cheap as shit. It was like loose card or whatever, and it's a fun little game. So